Welcome back to the grind. In this video, we're going to talk about the new update with tower transformation and tower mergers. So now, since this new feature has been released, when you come into the game and you select a tower, you'll see this option to transform. Now, this will give you down below all the different types of towers you can transform it to. If you already have the max number of towers for a certain type, that will not be an option. So you can see which towers are available and what the resulting level will be. So if I wanted to switch it to a lightning tower, it would be level 27. A fire turret will be level 21. The difference being the resources required to level a fire turret are more valuable. So they've placed a certain value on each type of tower based on their resources, and they've converted it with this process. And now, even though the same resources are required to level a cannon tower and an archer tower, you do lose some of the value of the tower because the cost of doing this exchange is only 95% efficient. Now, the flax, you'll even get a lower level tower because the embers are valued at a much higher value. So then all you would do is hit transform and it would switch to the new tower type. Now, you can also see at the bottom, right above the transform button actually, the required EXP. And now what that means is that's how much experience you will need to gain in order to get back to your current EXP amount. So when you go and click on your level bar, it'll tell you how much EXP you need to level up. For me, that's 914 experience to my next level. However, if I decided to transform the archer tower into a dark flak tower, because of the difference in amount of experience you get from leveling a dark flak to 16 and an archer tower to 28, that will add 163,000 EXP required to get to my next level. Now, I will always stay level 222. I will not go lower than that, no matter how many towers I transform or merge. However, this amount of EXP for next level will continue to increase with every transformation or merge. Now I will show the merging function, and to do that, you click on the upgrade button, and you see on the left side an option to merge. So now you can select any tower that's above level 10, which I don't have very many of, but let's say I wanted to merge both of these blue mage towers. I would get, well, you see I'm capped at 52, so adding the extra blue mage tower doesn't do anything for me. So merging this blue mage tower into this archer tower will get it to max 52 for my level. So you can see you want to be careful what towers you merge, because if it goes over your max for your level, you will be wasting the resources. You don't get that refunded in any way. So some things to consider when trying to do this merging function or transformation function. As I said, the experience needed to the next level will continue to increase. So this actually is ideal for certain players, and this is what this function was designed for. Players who had a lot of buildings from when they first started the game, when lightning towers were the newest and best towers, for example, or right when turrets came out, and so they invested a lot of resources into turrets, and now they're not using it on their base anymore because they just aren't as good as, say, flax. Now, some people do use turrets, but maybe they had multiple and now it just doesn't fit with their base. So now they can use this tower or the turrets that they have to help level up their flax. And in the process of leveling all these extra turrets in the past, they probably gained a lot of extra levels. So they're far ahead in player level compared to the amount they're progressed in breeding. So a level 350 at Garnet tier would benefit greatly from this feature because they could merge towers into stronger towers that they'll actually use and benefit their base while increasing the amount of experience they need to level, which will give them time to catch up on breeding before they continue to advance their level. Now, for many players, you want to take caution when you consider using this feature, because if you have built your base right, and say for me, I'm level 222, I'm kind of right on track with where I want to be for breeding, and in fact, next fortification event, I want to make a jump in levels so that I can unlock more divine levels. So for me to do this merge feature, for example, if I wanted to add a third flak, And I wanted to do that by merging all these 5 towers together that are like not really doing a whole lot into my fire turret, and that would get me a level 41 fire turret. And then I could take that fire turret and I could transform it into probably roughly a level 35 flak. Just a guess, a 30 or 35 flak. Now that would save me a lot of timers and embers in building that flak. However, it's going to add an experience to my next level. And then when I do the flak transformation, let's just see what that would be at level 30. It would get me to level 22 and add almost 200,000 just at this level. So if it was higher level, that would be adding hundreds of thousands of XP required to level again. And that would make my goal of leveling up multiple times next event much harder. So you have to be careful of doing this in certain situations like mine. The other thing to consider is while it seems like it's free, for example, if I convert this storm tower and transform it into an ice flak, it seems like it's free because I just hit the transform button. I don't lose out on any resources. It doesn't take timers, but the cost is when you consider how much resources it will take to level that ice flak back up to level 51. Now, that I would assume would equal the 1 million experience deficit that I would have. So if I wanted to transform this into an ice flak and end up right where I started, it would cost me the timers and resources required to take this tower from level 33 to level 51, which is 1 million experience. So if you're truly committed to making this change, then it is better than creating the new tower from scratch. But if you just want to test things out and try a different tower, or you have a few towers you want to merge together, you really want to use caution, because if you're planning to unlock new building max, a new building cap, or new breeding tiers for your dragons in the next events, you may not be able to reach that, especially if you're short on timers and other resources. So that's just my big caution. This was created to help out those who invested a long time ago and built their base outwards with lots of towers that are no longer useful. This will help them consolidate them into less towers and sort of bring their high level, over leveled base back to where their breeding tier should be. So for a certain group of players, this is going to make a huge difference, while for others it may not be that useful. Like for myself, I may or may not end up using this. If I do, it might be to transform a tower into another flak, but I have not decided on that yet. So good luck, and we'll see you in the next video.